3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Hello.
Hey, boss, how you doing?
I am good.
You're already busy drinking. I see that. That's awesome.
I'm honestly I'm like you today. I'm like you today, actually, because where I'm at, that's all I've been doing. I've finished a couple bottles, so I got to give my liver. See how he's looking at me? Look how really he's looking at me. He's hating on me. But I was like, dude, I got to buy a couple more before I leave anyway. So let me get one day off of not drinking. Let me get one day off. You know,
Marco, you know what I told him? Hey, we're in training for the LA Tequila Fest. Don't surprise your liver. Train it.
Yeah, this is like that hot dog eating contest. You gotta prepare for it. Yeah, you gotta stretch it. You gotta do some calisthenics.
Hey man, look, I'm prepping. I'm prepping here.
Wait till I get back home. See? Let me introduce the show. What's going on, everybody? This is Open House. And with my co-host today, Rudy from the Tequila Snobs, and our first guest, because we will be talking about the LA Tequila Fest. We have Marco, the executive director, with us today. So, as you guys join in, I'll let the guys go ahead and introduce themselves and say a little bit more before we get started into the show, because we got a lot of things to talk about today. Of course, the festival, and then we got a couple brands that's going to jump on and talk about their impact and what they want to talk about the festival as well. All right, so here we go.
All right,
yeah, Marco, go ahead and tell everyone.
Sure. Yeah, so
drink.
Yeah, I have a drink right here. I just can't really see it, so yeah, it's off camera.
Oh.
Yeah, my name is Marco. I am the executive director of the Caravan Family Foundation, which is actually the foundation that is putting together this tequila festival. So it's kind of like in the movies, I'm the man behind the man. We're putting together this festival in September 25th. So that's my role. I'm the executive director of the foundation.
Nice. All right, Rudy.
Hey, I'm Rudy Felix of the Tequila Snobs. I'm drinking one of the 5 that you see on the other screen. This screen here. Hello. So we got the 5 lined up that are coming on later for our guests. Me and John always do a few things together. Obviously, I have my show up here, but John and I are always chatting. So we decided that with the LA Tequila Festival coming up, which is a big deal this year because everybody got drowned out by COVID last year, we wanted to do something together. So we contacted the LA Tequila Fest, and they gave us Marco here, and Marco's going to tell us all about what's going on with the LA Tequila Fest this year, and we have a few nice questions about him. So thanks, Marco, for showing up.
That's great.
Absolutely.
Thanks, John, for having me as your co-host.
There we go. And then if you don't know, I'm John. So I'm from I'm your Uncle John, actually. All right, get it right. I just look a little young, but I'm still your uncle. Now the reason why I don't have any kind of tequila around me is because I am not at home. I'm in another country where there's supposed to be way more tequila than what I have. But actually, y'all, Cabo does not have a ton of tequila. Believe it or not.
Here, John, you feel better now?
Nah.
That's great.
So anyway, thanks to everybody for joining and watching. We're gonna go ahead and kick this thing off and get started. So if you could go ahead and tell us more about the foundation and what that means for the city and the representative of Cardina, right? Did I say that right? Pronounce it right?
That I'll give you a pass. The first one.
All right. Spanish. My accent. I love my pronunciation of names is horrible. I will admit.
It's all good. Hey, Rudy, is this your living room?
No, this is actually a formal dining room. As a lot of people know from watching the show all the time, I live alone in a 3-bedroom house, so I converted my formal dining room into my studio/bar. So this is some of the collection that we have that me and John like to go back and forth on. I'll pull out a bottle and I'm like, damn, I got to get up. I got to get a bottle.
Very good. Very good.
But yeah,
it's coming.
Great. I'm a little jealous. That's quite the spread there. Yeah. So, there's a lot to talk about as far as the foundation. For some of the folks that have joined us in a little late, just to give you some quick context. So the LA Tequila Fest is being organized by a nonprofit foundation. The full name of the foundation is the Andres y Maria Cardenas Family Foundation. That's your homework now, John. Where you got to practice that whole name, okay?
Oh.
So that's right. But you know, we usually just refer to it as the Cardenas Family Foundation. All right.
Cardenas.
There you go. Hey, after a couple sips of tequila, you'll be saying
it'll roll right off my tongue.
It'll roll right off your tongue. Absolutely.
but John, you know, it's not really. You're not really speaking Spanish. You're speaking tequila when you get to that point.
True story. Very good.
Absolutely. So, you know, the foundation, we are based out of the San Fernando Valley out here in California, and it's been around since 1997. And what's really neat about it, it's, you know, our full mission really is, you know, we seek to uplift our community through education. That's our focus. So what we do is we look for high school students who have a drive, this desire to do something great with their lives, to support their family, to just go big. But they may not have the resources that other people have in other parts of the community. And so what we do is we work with 12 specific high schools out here in the Northeast San Fernando Valley. We identify students that have that itch that we're looking for, and we have them apply for our scholarship program. Then at the beginning of at the end of the school year, we award scholarships to kids who are going to community college, a regular 4-year university, and we even award some to kids that are not kids anymore, but they're in graduate programs, PhD programs. And so they've actually been applying since they started college. So we kind of follow them along. So it's really great. The idea of the foundation started back in 97, you know, with the family of current Congressman, actually, Tony Cardenas. You know, his family said, hey, listen, the community rallied behind Tony to get him elected to public office back in 97. And they said, you know, can you imagine what we could do as a community if we rallied behind other kids? There's got to be kids out here that could do so many great things. So they just kept at it. And, you know, every year they started knocking on doors on businesses, corporate partners, you know, community programs to say, hey, listen, we got to help these kids. It's every day, every year. Same thing. We just knock on doors, reach out to different corporate partners to grow our scholarship program. So that's the heart of the foundation. You know, it's very hyper local, very grassroots, if you will. You know, we work with some great kids and some great schools. So every year we would have a breakfast fundraiser where, you know, we would invite some local businessmen and whatnot and started raising money that way. And that over the years, it grew a little stale. So then, you know, a few years back, the board sat around and said, hey, we need something that's going to pop, something that's just going to attract the larger LA community. Mm-hmm. And so someone had an epiphany, you know, probably after a couple of drinks. You know how that goes.
Couple of tequilas, yeah.
That's right. So they say, you know, how about a tequila festival, a festival? So I started looking, and there isn't a tequila festival in Los Angeles. You know, it's like, you know, it's like the LA area without an NFL team. What's that about?
That makes sense.
Right. And so, so in 2019, they got their heads together, put the tequila bottles away for a minute, and really sat down and said, okay, we got to get this done. So in a few months, they put it together. It was a little more intimate, kind of small. A few companies participated, but the community loved it. The support was amazing because one of the things we always pushed is, you know, yeah, it's a great event, but it's for a really great cause. And that those two things combined really, really worked great. And so, you know, at the end of 2019, the board said, man, this was fabulous. People loved it. We're going to blow this up. 2020 is going to be it. 2020, we're going to blow this to the roof. Everyone's going to be talking about it. It's going to be the biggest festival in LA. Well, then, you know, 2020 kind of took care of all that for everybody. Mm-hmm. And so we still had it. We had a virtual version of a tequila festival that looked pretty much like this. You know, us taking shots of tequila on camera, which was kind of cool because the community really loved the idea of coming together, you know, through tequila for a great cause. Right. Fast forward to today, 2021. This is a relaunch for us. This is a time where we're saying, okay, everything we wanted to do in 2020 plus then some, you know, 2021. So then we really started working hard. We've been working since the beginning of the year, you know, again, on the back end, working with corporate sponsors, because that's where the real money is for our foundation. But then we really wanted to build this event that would just bring out the community, so who may not even know that it's a foundation fundraiser. Mm-hmm. but it just sounds like a great event. I mean, all you got to say is a tequila festival. And, you know, that,
right.
Where do I get my ticket? You know what I mean? It doesn't need much introduction. Because, again, the idea is to bring a large community of people to just have a great time. I know, especially after 2020, so many people are looking to find an outlet, you know, so let's come together and have a great time. So the time is right for us. So 2021 is where we're hoping that this, actually, we're not hoping. We know this will become the premier festival in Los Angeles. You know, it's historic. If you go to this event, you'll be part of history like 10 years from now. You know how people talk about Coachella? Hey, I was there the first year. It's going to be like that. In 10 years, you're going to say, no, I was there at the first one, man. I remember. So that's what this is about. And the Tequila Festival, September 25th at the LA State Historic Park. If you don't have your tickets yet, we'll go over all that. But that's it in a nutshell. So now, can you say the name of the foundation?
No, he can't. He has no tequila. That's not fair.
Remember, this was the rule was I need tequila to get it.
That's right.
I have to speak tequila.
All right.
I'm going to practice, though. We're going to practice.
All right.
Lisa had a great question. She was saying, so we know that there's a goal to raise money, but how much do you guys plan on raising for the through the festival this year? Like, what's the goal for that?
Sure. That is a wonderful question. But just to give you a quick context, you know, we award anywhere between 40 to 60 different scholarships every year, and the scholarships range from $750 for a community college, $2,000 for a regular 4-year college, and $3,000 for a graduate program. So that's a lot of money that we need to give out. And so our goal this year is to raise at least $400,000 this year through the event and the corporate partnerships that we're establishing. So $400,000, but it's just the beginning. Our real goal is that within 5 years, we're going to be bringing in $1 million a year, and that's just literally from the event to the kids, and that's our long-term goal. Nice. So, but this year we're going to start with $400K.
Okay, gotcha. And then I know we talked about the location at the park. So what's the idea about commuting, parking? Like how should people get there to the festival?
Yeah. Another great question. First and foremost, you know, it's a drinking event. So, you know, you have to be smart and responsible about that.
Sure.
You know? It's a drinking event. You know, it's a little different than some of the events where the focus is the drinking. You know, if you go to a festival, you end up having a couple of beers with your buddies. That's a little different. But you're going out to this event to sample great tequila. So you got to really got to think about how you're going to get there, how you're going to get home safely afterwards. We do have parking. There's no charge for parking, but this being Los Angeles, you know, take that with a grain of salt as far as parking availability. If you know where the LA State Historic Park is, it's by downtown LA. You know, there's parking. So I would suggest, of course, that you carpool. We will have designated areas for Uber and Lyft and all of those great things. That is, you know, a great. It's right by the Gold Line. So the Gold, you know, if you're an avid public transportation user or not, now's the time to get started. It's right off the Gold Line, and that's the best way, really. But if you must absolutely drive your car, you know, again, you got to be responsible. Right. You got to, you know, have a designated driver. That's all on you. You know, the station. It's right off the Chinatown station. So I mean, all you got to do is get on the Gold Line, Chinatown station, and there you are. When you're done, hop back on the train and head home. So, but there will be parking, Uber and Lyft spots, and again, public transportation.
Because I know you're gonna have people coming from pretty much all over, like not just LA, but maybe San Diego County or further north.
Atlanta.
So, yes,
or
Atlanta.
Arizona.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, you know.
Yeah, you know, if we really want to go get that crazy, you know, there is you know, Union Station, which is the hub of you know, in downtown LA, the Union Station where all the trains meet. You know, you can actually take there's a I forgot what it's called, but you can take a bus from there to LAX. And so if you went from LAX to Union Station, you're like 5 minutes from the park already. Hop on a quick Uber. So, you know, you're at the LA Festival before you check out, you get your bags from the airport. You know, it'll be that quick.
I want to know who's flying in to drink and then jump back on the plane and leave. That's what I want to know.
Oh, no. I'll be there a while.
I'll be staying a couple of days.
Yeah. Marco, another question.
No rush.
Does the LA Tequila Festival have any partnerships with any of the hotels? Maybe somebody's flying in and they could book a hotel, or
that is a wonderful question, and that the answer is no. The reason is because right now it's a 1-day festival. Part of our mission, is to take a look at this. Is this warrant a second day? And then we can definitely open up those types of conversations. With some people may need to stay till Monday if we make it a 2-day event. Just.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, hey, we're gonna have to move National Tequila Day, right? That's all we got to do.
There you go. Absolutely. So right now we don't have those partnerships, but again, at this point, the sky's the limit. We can definitely grow this, and that sounds like a wonderful idea for sure.
Cool. I'll tell you this, like between me and John and some of the guys that are coming out from Vegas, Chicago, New York, like we have plenty of friends coming out just for this event. What I did is I told them, look at the LA Tequila Festival website and then type in hotels in downtown LA. Yeah. And everybody has found a place to stay within walking distance. So
that's great.
So if you're out of town, book your hotel. There's still half prices out there. So just a little tip to be able to get there.
That is great. Very good tip. Yeah. And again, because if you're from out of town and you're planning on driving around LA,
Uber's the best thing. Uber's. I grew up near San Francisco and Oakland. You don't want to drive in LA.
Yeah,
if you're not from there, don't.
Nah, it's a pain in the butt.
Yeah,
Get in the Uber. Enjoy the Uber.
All right. So let's go ahead and move on to tickets. You brought that up that you're going to talk about it. So let's talk about tickets. Start with general admission. What does that get the people for coming to the festival?
Absolutely. So the first thing everybody needs to know is where to get your tickets. Just head out, go to latequilafest.com. You go there, and that's where you can purchase your tickets. There'll be a link in there to Eventbrite. You just go. Everybody knows how to use Eventbrite. It'll be on your phone, all of that good stuff. And so latequilafest.com, and that's where you'll find information again about some of the tequila companies that have committed, the entertainment, and the tickets that you can purchase. And a little bit also about our foundation. But so there's really only 2 types of tickets. There's general admission and VIP. The first difference, of course, is the price. So, for general admission, it's $65, and the VIP is $125. Now, the difference in what you get is on the amount of tequila you can drink. I just saw a quick question.
How much?
Yeah, how much, right? Let's get to the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
You will not need cash. I saw that question. You won't need cash, but we'll talk about that in a second. But so basically, with your general admission ticket, you will have a pass that will give you 15 different tastings. So you will take your pass.
It's a lot.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. That sounds great, right? 15. You're like, all right, I'm in. There's almost 50 tequila companies there. A little over 50. 50 companies there. So if you're taking 15 samples, 15, you're going to be missing out on a lot. Now, if you are a big fan of one tequila company, you might use all 15 tickets there. Maybe that's your thing. Whatever you want to do. So on the VIP though, this is the magic word. So remember, general admission is 15 tickets. VIP unlimited.
Unlimited.
Yeah.
Unlimited.
Unlimited tastings. So,
and what's the size, by the way? So because they're asking about that too.
It's half an ounce, so 0.5. So that's because again, the focus of the event, and we haven't talked so much about this, is and I know this is part of the conversation, is that it's not a let's go get drunk type of event. That's right.
This is a 1 ounce shot.
Yeah. And so you're going to be tasting, correct. There we go. That's a good sampling. There you go. You got to drink it, of course, so you can have an idea. So you do that 15 times with general admission. With the VIP ticket, you'll have unlimited. So basically, your pass, you'll bring it over to any one of the companies, and you'll get your sample. And that's and you're there. You can do that all day long. Well, not all day long. The event is from 2:30 to 6:30 p.m. So you walk in there at 2:30 with your unlimited pass, you can sample everything until 6:30 p.m. And I don't know the difference between 15 samples and unlimited is, I think it's where it's at. So that's the difference as far as the price and as far as the samples that you're able to take. There's also a little bit of incentive as a VIP. There'll be an area that because it might still be hot in September 25th. It may still be LA can be.
It's LA. Yeah.
It's LA. You gotta be ready.
A lot of concrete.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So in the VIP area, we will have a nice misting tent where you can kind of lounge, hang out. There'll be a nice misting area for you to cool off, and then kind of, regroup and then go back out and start sampling some more. So, you'll be close to the DJ. There'll be some food there as well, included in the VIP option. And so that's really where you want to be. The catch, however, of course, is that there are limited VIP tickets.
Right.
So we can only sell so many, and so if you're on the show right now and you're on the fence, what should I do? You need to go get your VIP tickets like yesterday, because trust me, we will not be selling VIP tickets at the event.
Hey, just let me sign for that upgrade right now. I'll take that unlimited.
Right.
I'm taking the whole next week off after that. Don't worry.
Right.
Might even quit.
And so if you do buy general admission and you get over there, you're like, oh man, I should have bought the VIP. Well, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Next year, plan early. However, you will be able to buy additional tickets to sample a few more. So maybe you're not into the whole unlimited because you're like 15. You're like, okay, I'm feeling good. I wanted to sample that a couple of the tables and whatnot. You can go back to the admission area and buy little cards with 5 samples each
at a time.
So you can buy a couple of those cards if you really want to try them out. You can give them out to your friends if you want to buy a few. So it'll be real. Yeah, it's
like buying drinks at the bar. Hey,
exactly. Yeah, here you go. It's a great way to meet people. Hey, here's a card with 5 samples, and my phone number's on the back. There you go. Right?
Hey,
great answer.
Hey, John, we figure out a new way to meet friends, huh?
Absolutely.
Here you go.
So that's the situation.
Get up, buy you around.
There you go.
Marco, you said 2 things that I want to kind of address for people, because a lot of times when we do go out to a bar or we go somewhere to drink, people always, you always get those people who overdo it. But there's 2 things that Marco said and there's one thing he left out. Okay, unlimited tequila. For me, hell yeah, I'm in. But I have friends that try to drink with me sometimes, and they're just like, you know what, that's a bit too much. Mm-hmm. But realize there's going to be food trucks, right, Marco? There's plenty of food to be there. So pace yourself.
Yeah.
Enjoy the food trucks.
Pace yourself. Enjoy the food trucks. And actually, because you do want to pace yourself, there's also going to be, so basically when you walk in, you'll have a few options. You can go hang out by the DJ, just kind of enjoy the music, the vibe. We're going to have a small marketplace where you can kind of, do a little bit of shopping, some crafty boutique type of things, that you can kind of walk around and sample different things. And we have some awesome food trucks, that are going to be there, So what's really neat about the food trucks, we're very deliberate, about what type of food we're going to have, because it's not, you notice in the title of our event, it's not the Taco and Tequila Festival. It's a tequila festival. And again, here I'm actually going to preach to the choir, because tequila doesn't just go with tacos, right? It just so happens that people pair it. So we figure, we're not just going to have a bunch of taco trucks. I mean, there's going to be a taco truck because you got to have a taco truck, but
or 2 or 3 or
Yeah, but we're going to have a variety of. We even have a vegan truck.
Oh wow!
Of course, because tequila is vegan. So.
Absolutely, gluten free. You can't go wrong with that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So you can pace yourself. And here's a really neat thing about that too, about the food trucks, because at the end of the day, what's really behind this event is, again, we are raising money to give out scholarships. Right. So when you do go out and say, this girl you just met because you gave her a card with extra samples, and you take her to the,
John, he knows you.
Wait, that's you.
There you go.
That is you.
No, that's you.
And then you walk with her over to the Greek food truck, and you want to buy her some there, whatever you buy there, it's also, those trucks are also helping us out. They're going to give us some of the, donation based on what they sell. So it's a win-win for everybody. People will get to know their trucks, and you're still going to be supporting our foundation that way. So absolutely.
And I also want to say that with the sampling and the tasting, right? So when people come out there, I want them to understand: don't just get out there and just drink, right?
No.
Get out there and actually, when you're sampling, link up with people, because that's the whole purpose as well, as we try to raise the money and help other people. But we also want to like socialize and actually learn more about tequila and mezcal, right?
You know,
So
that is such a wonderful point, because when we started talking to the tequila companies, they love the idea of them being able to highlight their product as an art form. It's a craft, it's a process. So yeah, take the shot that they're giving you, the sample, chat with them. They'll be more than happy to tell you why the tequila is done the way it is, where it comes from. You learn about tequila, then you're chatting with someone. Absolutely, it's about the experience.
And not just them, but you can come talk to Rudy. You can come talk to that guy.
There you go.
Myself, some of the other influencers, some of the other people who are just connoisseurs, because that's the thing. So whereas sometimes brands might not be as accessible, you can find people that might be in your local area, or maybe where you travel, you just happen to network with them and connect with them, that you can reach out to and talk to when you visit, or you just want to like call and say, hey, what do you think about this tequila or mezcal? Yeah. And then you create your own community to learn more about it. So
it's a great opportunity to pick up a new, if you will, a new hobby. You'll have a chance to learn about tequila. That's how I got into wine. I used to not be a drinker, but I got into wine. I went with my brother out to Napa once on a quick little wine tour, and just the process of learning, to taste and enjoy and sip wine. It opens something up. So tequila is the same idea. It's this whole experience, and it'll definitely, like you said, talk to people, learn from you guys. There you go. See,
bricks. Got the brick out.
Got the bricks. Hey man.
All right.
All Blanc all day right now.
So hey everybody, the on this post for this particular show, the LA Tequila Festival was awesome enough to give us 2 tickets to give out to you guys for going on the post, liking us, following us, and things like that. So we're appreciative of that. And I want to announce who won that. And that is Summer Trainer. Summer Trainer. So if she's on the show,
Summer. All right.
Summer Trainer.
Congratulations. But I'll shoot her a DM and let her know. So there we go.
Congratulations. Very good.
And then the last thing about the admission, we thought about restrooms. What should people expect about the bathroom? Because when you're drinking and you're drinking.
Yeah. And you know what? And one thing I forgot to mention also, that there will be a regular bar where, if you're, again, if it's great to sample the tequila, but, you might want to have a different drink because you're chatting with folks, and, it's kind of fun to have you can buy a regular drink at the bar as well, and so, yes, the restroom situation, it's a state park, and so there's restrooms there, but we were bringing, enough restrooms for everybody. Now, again, the thing with restrooms, it's always, it's you just got to be prepared for that. What I recommend, this is what I do when I go to an event like this. It's the first thing I identify. Make a mental note.
Where's the bathroom? Where's the bathroom?
Mental note. Okay, restrooms are on my 11 o'clock. Got it.
Because after 5 or 6 of these, you're going to be spun around going,
I need to go.
Yeah.
You do. And the one thing also I would say about that is, if you do leave the park because you needed to go get something, whatever, there's no ins and outs. So once you leave, you leave. So if you have a general admission ticket and you sample 5 tequilas, and then you had to run home because you left, something on, and you ran back over, thanks, but no thanks.
Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for coming by. Absolutely.
See you next year.
Absolutely. So once you leave, that's it for you. That's it for you. Yeah.
Okay.
So very important to remember that. Yeah.
So no in and outs.
No in and outs.
How about this, Marco? A lot of people with like big events. How about bags?
Bags?
What kind of bags can they bring in? It's got to be a clear bag. No bag.
Excellent question. Now, we would prefer if they were, clear bags. It's hard for us to really police that, but we do. We will have security. Obviously, security will be checking that you're 21, and it's a 21 and over only event. So you can't bring your little brother with you, and you can't say, "Oh, but he's not going to drink." It's everybody's ticketed, so everybody needs to be 21. So, we'll be checking IDs there. Security will be checking that, and security will be checking bags. Security will be checking for outside drinks. Of course, you can't come in with your own bottle of tequila. You gotta leave that at home because you're there. Yeah, don't bring sand to the beach. You gotta. That's yeah. So I'm not.
No class.
I'm not. Oh yeah, we'll be checking for those for sure.
Any size limitations? Any size limitations on
no size limitations. But it's your typical. No drugs, no guns, no knives. All of those things that we
look. We know it's LA.
We know
you
it's
guys all play Grand Theft Auto, but
streets are hot.
We thought long and hard about about that. About having those types of things at the event, but it's not the right year to include that experience. Right. Maybe at some point. But so we're asking everybody to leave that at home. Do that when you leave the park.
And the last question on that, they're asking about water. Well, and then we'll kind of move on, but they're asking about water too. Can they bring their own water bottles, or no?
No outside.
There we go.
Drinks, yeah.
Because, no outside.
And again, no outside drinks, because at the event we will be selling you water, because again, we're trying to raise money. It's all about raising money. So we'll be selling you water. Absolutely. No snacks, no water.
No nothing.
No baby bottle with the juice for the baby. You don't have a baby at the festival anyway, so no baby bottle. That's right. And security will be taking care of all that. So don't be upset if we have you walk back to your car, put it back, so everybody can have a good time.
What's the top 5 things, all right, that these could be fun, these could be serious, whatever you want them to be, with the top 5 things people should know about this festival?
Yeah, well, I think that one of the most important things is you have to remember the time of the event. You got to plan. If you're really going to this event because you really want to experience the event and really sample it, like you said, talk to people, meet people, it's from 2:30 to 6:30. So it's kind of a limited time. So you really got to plan. So I would say that's the first thing you really, when you start thinking about parking and driving in LA, picking up your friends, doing 2:30 to 6:30. That's it. That's your window there.
Look, I'm gonna be really honest. If your friends are Mexican, tell them it starts at 10 a.m. Then you'll get there on time.
That's right.
But if you're friends with John, you got to tell him it's at 11 because this boy tries to get pretty and shit, and I got to wait for him.
No, I don't. No. I mean, we'll see.
I'm sure he looks prettier the more tequila you drink, right, Rudy?
I don't know. I don't look at him when I get Marco, what do you say?
Rudy, you are not allowed to look at me like that. You're not.
So that's the first thing. The other thing I would say is, again, to remind everybody the difference between VIP and general admission. Don't buy a general admission ticket because you want to get a feel for it and then upgrade to unlimited. Just do it now. And there's no refunds, of course, no exchanges. And so you will be able to buy extra tickets. But again, if that's what you wanted to do, that's fine too. So think about the difference in prices there. That's the number 2. Number 3 is, yes, please come hungry. Hungry. Buy your food there. Plan on having a great time there. Have food. It's the best way to enjoy the drinking anyway. Have a plan on having a great meal there. So I would say that's the 3rd one. The 4th is please plan on being safe. Unfortunately, we have this elephant in the room, COVID, and that is a big deal right now, as we all know. And so what I would say about that is that we are following, CDC guidelines and LA County guidelines. For us right now, that means that the festival is a go. Nothing's changing. Everybody is ready to go. However, you may be required to wear a mask. At this point, we don't know what's happening with all of that. So just be ready for that. Be ready for that. Be safe. You don't want to spend 20 minutes arguing with our security guard outside because your mask is in the car. Just plan for it. It's LA, for crying out loud. Everywhere you go, you got to be ready for these things. So be safe. Exactly. There you go. Just be ready for that. Be ready to have a good time. So I would say and then the last thing I would say is, please remember that at the end of the day, this is for a fundraiser. And so you might feel like we're nickeling and diming you at the festival. And the truth of the matter is we probably are because
it's a good cause.
Because it's for a great cause. And so that's what I would say. Please remember that. Yeah.
Right. making the event successful will lead to a better event next year. And so that's why when you spend your money, remember you're not investing in the tequila company. You're investing back into that community, the LA community, and to your future leaders getting scholarships that are, worth $2,000 and $3,000. So that's what you're there for. You're there for a good time, but you're there to fund the next kid, the next mayor, the next governor.
Absolutely. Right. I see somebody was asking about, are you able to buy alcohol there, buy tequila bottles? Unfortunately, that is the one thing you won't be able to do. It has to do with liquor license and all of these things. So the tequila company will not be selling their bottles there. Again, it's not like when you go to a farmer's market and you sample the radishes and then you can buy a bunch of radishes. Unfortunately, it won't work that way. But you'll make those connections, and you'll be able to find out, hey, this is a great bottle of tequila. Where can I purchase this? And they'll be able to walk you through that. Absolutely.
Just to taste it.
There will be people in walking around that are actually distributors and connoisseurs of LA. A good portion of who we invited out there that are LA connoisseurs, they know the stores and they know the locations to find a lot of these brands.
That's great. Yeah. That's great.
And also, you can ask some of your representatives, like the people who's going to be there for the brands. They'll know because they just work with the distributors through the local area. So
correct.
Cool. Very good. Thank you for answering those. And then, will you be selling any merchandise, gear, things like that also contributes to the foundation raising money?
We will. We will be selling some. Besides we have I think it's 8 different small booths that will be selling like cigars, for example. I know there's a table that sells cigars.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So if you are a cigar, that could be another festival, a cigar festival. That's an idea for halfway through the year. But there'll be things like gardens and flower things. We're gonna have what we call these really cool dolls that we sell that we actually get made for the foundation from Mexico, and then we bring them over. Actually, we're picking them up next week. Actually, and those again are part of the fundraising. They're really really neat. It's a great. We call them the Lupita dolls. And it's a great artisan, very, very, very neat doll that you can have as a souvenir. And again, there'll be different places there where you can buy a nice purse or a hat. We have a coffee. We'll have a coffee booth there, Tepito Coffee. If anybody's familiar, that could be another festival, a coffee tasting festival. But Tepito
Future
Coffee.
plans.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You joke, but there is such a thing. Hey, if there's a garlic festival, there's got to be all kinds of festivals.
Hey, my grandparents were from Gilroy. I used to work at that festival as a kid. Yeah. So
it's a smelly festival, but it's great.
It's really good, but
Okay. What do I have? Oh, so how can so I know you're going to be there. So who else from the foundation is going to be there representing that we can meet, introduce people to, so we know more about you guys?
Sure. Great question too. So our board is a volunteer board. Basically, our board is a group of local community leaders, business owners who basically their passion is to help these kids. So they on the back end, besides putting this thing together, on the back end, they're constantly knocking on doors, trying to get corporate sponsors just to be able to raise money for the foundation. Just tomorrow we have a meeting with LAFC, for example, to at least talk about it, the football, the soccer club, so all of that is through the board members. And so you'll be able to meet all the board members there. The board president will be there. You'll have a chance to chat with them. We'll have a few local elected officials who support the foundation as well. Those guys are going to be over in the VIP area, of course, hanging out with the corporate donors, but they'll be there as well because they want to support the work that we do as well. So, but yeah, if you want to meet the board because you're interested in on a future partnership maybe, or you have an idea of how to make the event better, definitely we'll be there and we can definitely talk about that.
Right. Where can they find you guys? You'll be walking around. Like, how will they know?
We our badges will be a little different. You can always ask at the front to say,
Okay.
hey, I'm looking for the so-and-so person. We know who we are, obviously, and we can connect in, and we'll have a different badge as well, so we'll know.
Okay.
So, yeah. Now, the event itself is being organized by an event management company that we basically hired. So they're the ones really doing all the heavy lifting, all the day-to-day planning. You know, this table goes here, this banner goes over there, that type of thing. But again, it's the foundation that's behind all of this. So those folks are actually going to have a shirt that says staff on it, so that you can go to one of those folks and say, hey, can I meet the president of the board? And they'll be more than happy to connect you. Absolutely.
Okay. Cool.
There we go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Meet the festival people. It's
right.
another fun thing to do.
There you go. There you go.
You know, you should create a checklist of things to do at the festival.
Yeah,
right?
there
Like,
you go. You know,
when they come in. Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can have it, you know, like they do it for little kids. You'll have a little passport. Get all the signatures from all the board members. If you collect them all, you know. You get
Scavenger hunt, passport. Yep.
Yeah.
We're talking how many tickets? 1,500 tickets. You're gonna have 1,500 people come up to you and say, "Marco, sign my book. Sign my book."
Absolutely.
Like, man, I didn't get to talk to anybody today.
That's a good idea.
Right now, it's a good idea until you go through a hot day going, man, I need some water. I need a taco, something. You're like, John, you came up with this idea? It's like, no, Rudy did it.
Rudy did it.
Rudy did it.
We're not. Don't get me in passports. No, don't do that. I've done events for years. I know that they get pretty hard, but you know, on that day, it pays off, especially when you raise that kind of money. So, you know, everybody come out and enjoy that part of the festival. Meet some people, meet some connoisseurs, meet some tequila companies.
Yeah.
You know, find your favorite tequila, because this might be your first time, or you might be a professional and finding some new tequila. So go out there and enjoy that.
Cool. Yeah.
Yes, please do. Please do. And
Well,
if you haven't, the last thing I want to leave you with is our website, latequilafest.com. That's where you buy your tickets. You can see our promo video there. You can get some more information about, you know, parking and all those great things. Again, latequilafest.com.
Perfect.
All right.
Well, go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead.
Mr. Marco, thank you so much for coming on this evening.
Oh, it's my pleasure. My pleasure.
We appreciate you.
Thanks for having
appreciate you.
Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right. Good night, everybody.
We'll talk to you later. Good night.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you soon. Now we're gonna have some
with
more
my
fun.
passport.
Yeah, with the passport. Here comes John with his damn passport. Everybody hide.
Yeah, so now, guys, we're going to move into the second half of the show where we're going to bring on some brands, all right, who's going to come and talk to you about more tequila and what, you know, their perspective of the festival and what they want to bring to you guys when you're there. Rudy, since you know this person a little bit, you know, I'll let you introduce and warm everybody up with it.
You got to tell me the first person, because I didn't see the list. I was working. What do we got? Who's the first one? Just tell me the brand.
It's Dame Mas, man. Come on.
Dame Mas. Ah, yes. Dame Mas. Miss Rosario. God, this stuff is so good. If you haven't had this, you're missing out. I'm telling you. Everybody says, oh, they're 1942, and everybody says, you know, they like their whatever. This right here, whoo, you're missing out. You got to try this one. All right, let's see. Go ahead and bring her on.